I like to write
Edwina Currie said it on this show. They're dull.
Well, on the whole, that's what you prefer. I mean, there are 650 odd of them, and you can probably name 10, 20. And the others do their job properly. And I'm not writing about them. It's the ones who get up to no good. And I wanted also to look at the stalker issue. You know, people like us that are well known in public life, sometimes you walk into a crowd and you think, is there somebody in there that's, you know, maybe out to get me? The reason Monica Seles did so badly yesterday is the police have been stupid enough to tell her that there's been a stalker in the crowd, somebody they've had to look out to
Again.
for her, and she's just gone to pieces. So I thought, how would we cope? What would we do if something like that actually happened?
So there's a stalker element in your new book. Very topical.
It scared me a bit because I thought up the idea about 2 years ago when we started to plan the next one.
And now it's
actually happening.
headline news every day at the moment.
It's not good. It's not good. It's an awful business. It affects the women. It doesn't affect men so much, but there's always somebody in the crowd that you worry about.
You're not sure about. Now, the book seems to have obviously a strong feminist agenda, yet there's plenty of sexy titillation. So isn't that slightly a contradiction? Or is it sexy titillation on the men's part?
I'm a Tory MP, what do you expect? Consistency? What did all say?
Brilliant. Yeah. That's very good.
Well, but it's also, I had lots of letters after the last one that said, oh, poor Elaine, that's the name of the heroine. By the end of the book, she's lost her husband, he's gone off with somebody else. She's given up her lover for the sake of his career, not hers, his career. Her daughter's gone through all sorts of hell. She's nearly been blown up by the IRA.
Sounds like
and you've left her sort of not even knowing whether she's won her election or not. You can't leave her like that. You know, please, can we have a sequel?
You've got to pick up the pieces.
Please, 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 give her a happy ending.
Do you reckon there's any chance of this being serialised?
Oh, I don't know. But I thought, well, I'd give her... I thought up who would be gorgeous, so I thought Lieutenant Colonel in the Blues and Royals, retired, about my sort of age. And I wrote to the Blues and Royals and said, can I meet one of your lieutenant colonels? And this guy came to lunch you have never seen.
Edwina's lost it again. Pete Smith, Mark, little anybody.
I went home and said to my husband, you never guess what I had for lunch today.
So this is the way to pick up men, girls. Write a book and just pretend you're basing your characters on
He came to the party last night and he just walked in and all heads turned. Oh, it was wonderful.
Especially yours, I understand things, Edwina. Now, the main characters are fictitious in your book, but you do actually mention some...
I will always claim that.
Yeah, you do actually mention some real MPs, Michael Heseltine and Theresa Gorman, and they...
Teresa's furious with me, because I do... The book is set slightly in the future, you know. It's all total fiction, absolutely, every word of it. And that is too, that I just said. So I do an epilogue at the end of, 2 or 3 years ahead, and amongst the other things is Michael Heseltine has lost all his hair. And it has totally unmanned him. And Theresa Gorman stopped taking the tablets and turned into a benign little granny. And she's furious with me. This is a lady who's 65 this year. I think she's doing awfully well. And I couldn't figure out whether it was the little, the benign, or the granny that she objected to. She, how could you, she said to me. How could you? How could that? Read the book, Theresa. If you still feel like complaining, come on the bed and the big breakfast.
Yeah, and she can tell us about it. Theresa, if you need to air, you come and tell us and we'll sort Edwina out for you. Now, Annie's Bar started last night, which is a new hot political satire. Did you actually see it last night?
We were having a party
you had your
last
party
night. No, it's on tape. I haven't had a chance to watch it.
You've got to watch it yet. But you actually made a brief appearance.
I did. They phoned up and said, have you heard of Annie's Bar? And I said, yes, that's the bar in the House of Commons where the gossip goes on, where the journalists meet the MPs and we can sort of tell each other fibs, And they said, no, this is the series that is being made by the Prince Edward's company. And would you like just to have a cameo role in us? When does it go out? They said, the same day your book's launched. Yes. So off I went.
Another plug.
And all I had to do was sort of be me and sign a few books.
Well, good stuff. Now, that's all very topical. Now, this morning, Edwina, you have seen that we've had a bit of a reunion morning. We've reunited Dad of the family with his old band. His first band, in fact. We've reunited Mum with her mum and dad from Portugal. And we thought, we're not going to leave you out, Edwina. We thought we would reunite you with these. Toby, come in and let's see Edwina's face as we reunite her with her wiggle pickers. Look at these. We actually... Look at these. Now, tell us a bit about these, Edwina. Do they still fit? Come on, try them on. Let's see. I bet they've seen a bit of action, haven't they? When did you last wear these?
Oh, God, about 20 years ago. They crippled me. I mean, I
can believe
I have
it.
to say to my kids sometimes, I was actually quite wild once upon a time. I did
We
do
can
wild
believe
things.
that, Edwina.
I went to the cabin, I knew the Beatles, all the rest of it. They don't believe me, you see. Everybody thinks Mum has always been nearly 50, you see. Well, no, I have to tell you.
Fantastic.
There was a time when I was nearly 15, chaps.
There we go,
I tell
look.
you.
There was an emotional moment there. Still to come on The Big Breakfast, find out if cows are Mozart fans or not. Meanwhile, the question about the clip is, where is Heat set? These are Edwina Curry's Winkle Pig.
Wow.